हेलो वेलकम यतीश जी, आपसे मिलके बहुत ही आनंद हुआ एंड टुडे वी आर going to make this conversation more on English and Hindi. This is the first episode of Creative Minds, which we are doing in collaboration with AACA, Ahmedabad Advertising Circle Association, which is doing creative activities, promoting the advertising culture ecosystem across Ahmedabad, and now across ecosystem of Gujarat are coming.
Consumer also went from appointment listening to I will watch when I want to watch, I will choose what I want to choose. Rather than when we were younger, we would sit at 7:50 also to watch Chitrar at 8 o'clock or a 9 or maybe a Ramayana at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So for a market, it was very easy to advertise or to target them. People have missed the thing of brand building. Old brands were built over a period of time. In a newer age, people think I want to get my brand immediate. It's like you're living in the 2-minute Maggie instant gratification type. So that's the generation also.
Brand building is not a short span, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
क्रिएटिविटी में लोग बिलीव नहीं करते और अब एआई आ गया है तो सबको लगता है कि एआई तो मैं भी यूज कर सकता हूँ तो आपका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. आई थिंक दैट thing has to go. AI will improve efficiency. It will not change. The human creativity cannot be replaced.
As a person from media and advertising industry, it's an honor to conduct an interactive series, and we are going to interact. Once upon a time, Radio Mirchi was one of the places where I would really aspire to work. Working across various media houses in the sales side, Radio Mirchi was the happening spot in Ahmedabad's ecosystem.
So thank you, Vishwam. It's a pleasure to be here. Being part of the media industry, anything to do with advertising makes me very happy to participate in that. So thanks to AACA to give this opportunity, and happy to be back in Ahmedabad.
Great that you're from Ahmedabad and you're heading Radio Mirchi and Gaana and various things are happening. So, sir, share with us your entire journey. How has been your entire journey in advertising, working around your brand, and now when you look back, how has been your experience?
So, as a professional experience, I've had a mix of media and non-media career. I started as a career as a sales guy in Pepsi, then moved to marketing in Pepsi, and then did Motorola in marketing as a brand manager, and then moved to media. So I have been with consumer-facing industries. Had a short stint with Arvind Fashions also. So I moved around telco, FMCG, apparels, and largely in media. So media, though I have been in media for almost now 15 years, but largely in one company, which is Radio Mirchi. I think it's a great company to work for. It's a very, very well knit. The way the company was envisaged by Mr. Parekh when he started this company in 2000 under the guidance of Mr. Vineet Jain, the chairman of Times Group. So I've fallen in love with this company, and I don't look back. And I keep coming back to this company. And I started the journey as a station head in Delhi, and moved up the ranks to head the company from November 2022.
We are going to have this conversation around Ahmedabad market and the national scenario, because you've been into Arvind. Arvind is from it's a Ahmedabad's brand. You have been associated with Ahmedabad. तो आप ये बोलना तो हमेशा आपके दिमाग में रहेगा ही कि अहमदाबाद एक डिफिकल्ट मार्केट है. अहमदाबाद एक टफ मार्केट है. जो AACA के मेंबर्स है वो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं कि अहमदाबाद इज अ प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट.
I would put it, I think, Ahmedabad is a beauty because I believe in business community, Gujaratis do really the best. And they understand the value of money. So when an advertiser is spending money, he needs to get the return. I think most of the people, businessmen, largely Gujaratis and in the Marwadi community do this really well. And that's the reason I think Ahmedabad market becomes tougher, because the client, the agency and the media guys have that in the blood to understand the value of money. So whatever money you spend, if it doesn't give return to them, they will always ask you questions. And that makes it more tough. It's a evolved market because people travel a lot. The Gujaratis are known to travel globally. So they are the early adopters of anything new. So they want newer things, but at the right price. So because that's what the beauty of Gujaratis, and that's the reason Ahmedabad is much more difficult. I won't say difficult, but it's a very interesting and a very challenging market to be in.
Right, right. And sir, as we see the radio ecosystem, the audio ecosystem is evolving faster, because I also, in a way, podcasting connects with the audio ecosystem, and we are still yet only on the video format. We are soon going to explore. So we'll understand a little more when we put our own shoes in the market, then it becomes more challenging. But being coming from the advertising ecosystem where I used to sell ads, तो पहले बहुत लिमिटेड मीडियम्स हुआ करते थे. व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर इन 2005-6, द मीडिया वाज वेरी लिमिटेड, कि भाई रेडियो था, रेडियो वाज इमर्जिंग बैक देन, एंड देन रेडियो इमर्ज, फिर रेडियो में एक्टिवेशन आया, फिर रेडियो के बाद डिजिटल आया, अभी इन्फ्लुएंसर एज आए. अहमदाबाद में जो नॉन रेडियो में से निकले हुए जो है इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोग जो है, वो रेडियो मिर्ची के अलावा कहीं से नहीं निकले, बिकॉज रेडियो मिर्ची वाज द बिगेस्ट स्पॉट. And that's where the radio transformation started in Gujarat. Sir, how do you see radio market in today's time from the transformation we had?
So the way we look at it is, now we not in a business of selling ads or selling space. We are in the business of giving solutions to clients. That's the way we believe in. As the media industry, you got it right. Media industry has become very fragmented. You are now fighting attention span. The span of attention of people has gone really, really low. People are now watching reels. While watching a match, they're also on the phones. They're watching a reels. They're talking to their wife, but they're still on the phone. So there are dual screens which are going on. So as media becomes more fragmented, there is a tsunami of content. So it becomes very difficult for a marketer also how to reach the consumer. So there is a massive gap. The content consumption and the content quantity is so high, but to monetize it's become very difficult. So it's a very challenging market. Three changes happened in the Indian time, and that's when Mirchi changed from just being a radio company to a multimedia company. We realized very early what we call in the India the geo effect. When the geo phones came in, with the data becoming negligible cost or almost zero cost, data became cheap, internet boom happened, the smartphones numbers went really, really high. So we realized that the medium from traditional medium will move to digital. The second is advertisers started asking for ROI based models where they could need to get returns of their spends. And consumer also went from appointment listening to I will watch when I want to watch, I will choose what I want to choose, rather than when we were younger, we would sit at 7:50 also to watch Chitra at 8 o'clock, or or maybe a Ramayana at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Half an hour before, people would sit in front of the TV. So that time marketing was easy because you knew that people were available at 9 o'clock KBC at 2000. People knew Amitabh Bachchan would come at 9 o'clock. The entire family will sit together, watch it. So for a market, it was very easy to advertise or to target them. When you do this, and now look at from this point of view, in today's time, a normal consumer touches about 8 to 10 media points. So you start the day, newspaper, then you have a radio while commuting, you have a WhatsApp message, you have a reel going through, you have a linear TV, then there are videos which are coming at forwarded. So there are so many, then there's outdoor. So it's like multiple avenues of catching a media. Earlier days, there was just print and television. There were two things. There was some bit of outdoor, and then radio started coming in. So it was easy to target people, and every medium had its own advantages. In today's time, it's very challenging. And that's when we realized that you need to transform. You can't be just one player of just playing radio and selling spots. So we started early on events. Then we moved to Gaana also. We moved to influencer marketing also. And then the businesses, we said, what are we? We are looking at client relationship and figuring out what is the problem area of our client, give him solutions on outcomes. So now you're not selling spots, but you're selling outcomes. So if you can create an impact for a client will pay for it, or advertiser will pay for it. So that's the change, a mind shift change has happened, that you're no longer in a business of selling spots, but selling outcomes.
Because earlier when I used to sell, so I remember I would go back on those days that this is the kind of readership we have. This is the kind of viewership we have. These are the numbers we used to talk. And now it is all about filtered outcomes. What's impacting them? Are we reaching your audience? Is it just numbers that we are say XYZ million views, XYZ listenership. So all these things have now evolved, and people are going that what is the solution you are giving, what is the impact you are creating. And if I have to understand for a media planner, from the question from for the advertising agencies, that if there is a brand of Ahmedabad, retail brand of Ahmedabad, and if the budget is 1 CR, how should someone divide between radio, print, electronic, and social media? Because you are nearly present in all spectrums. How do you see that diversification?
So it is. I wouldn't say you should choose. You should choose the medium where your audience is going to be there. You don't choose medium just blindly by choosing every medium. Or you can't just say. A lot of advertisers make mistake of choosing all mediums. You should choose basis what your objective is, which type of audience you want to reach. Now, if you want to reach an audience for experiential only, that you want to get an audience to experience, then spend money on experiential marketing of activations and events. You want to create impact, immediate impact, then use print and television. But you are looking at ROI, that you want a click-through ratio, that you want to sell a product, there's a call for action, then digital does really well. You want to have a trusted and a frequency built up, then radio works really, really beautiful. So you have to be very careful in choosing it. It will be very naive to spend money across the brands. People should understand each brand, each medium's objectives and each pros and cons. Every medium has its own advantage and disadvantage. People make a mistake of saying everybody's on digital. It's not the case. People consume all mediums, but if your message is right and it is impactful, the best campaigns will be remembered for that. So today, if you look at, people think YouTube is everything, but why should YouTube be advertising on print? YouTube also realizes it. But a normal advertiser thinks, now everybody's on YouTube, why should I advertise on print and TV? But just look at the irony where YouTube is advertising on in Times of India, or Amazon is looking at ads. So it's a convergence of medium. You have to look at your integrated media plan and not be focused on one media. So depending on the objective. So I would not, being a radio, I would be making a grave mistake if I was to tell the client that just spend every money on radio, because it will be like killing the goose once. It's better to educate him and tell him what is the need, what is the objective, and then spend.
What are the top 5 mistakes which an brand or a local advertiser does, a small and medium enterprise, if they are advertising and they are picking up radio? What are the top 5 mistakes they do?
So, couple of things. One, they don't understand that radio is a frequency builder. They believe by giving 6 spots a day, it will not create an impact. Radio works with frequency. So, if you don't have the critical mass of frequency, then you should not do radio. People think I'll do only prime time. A lot of people make mistakes of thinking radio is only consumed in the morning or consumed in the evening. So they want prime time. I think that's old school thought that prime time, there's non-prime time. In today's time, you consume media anytime. Gone are the days when in the morning I would read newspapers, or early morning I would start under the radio automatic. This was a passive medium. You would start. There was a half an hour time spent on radio or newspapers, and then evening was TV. Correct. And then on the commute there was radio and there was outdoor. That was the way it is. But in today's time, you're not consuming media linearly. You consume media as it comes and stuff. So people still are buying radio basis the old ecosystem that prime time is the maximum listenership. It's actually thinking that traffic is there only in morning, evening. I can bet you go to Pakwan Charasta in the afternoon, also the same traffic at what it is in morning. So why should people think? It's evolved. I think the mistake they do is buying only specific times, buying at a low frequency, thinking radio is reach. Radio is a great storyteller. So people should think of to sell a story. Audio is the theater of mind. So when you use audio mnemonics, it registers well. I would just give my example, like Bas Badna Chahiye Gaana, we have not advertised for last 15 years, 10 years, but still remembers. I would just play that and people would know. Or look at the Nirma jingle. It's been ages. You can remember today. Netflix, such a large OTT thing, people will still remember that the sound which comes in. That's all mnemonic. That's audio. So audio is a great reminder medium. You build on frequency. You can relate to what you saw in the morning in a digital medium. So if you utilize that way, then it works well. Don't do selective. don't buy it like a commodity. You buy it like a commodity, you're wasting money.
यानी वो होता है ना कि भाई इतना प्रिंट में डाल दिया, इतना
वो टिक मार्क है
कि भाई ये सब जगह पे पहुंच,
वो एक्सेल शीट है, वो टिक मार्क है, तो बहुत खराब है, वो पैसा खराब हो रहा है एक्चुअली. तो अगर आप उसको ढंग से यूज करोगे, मीडियम के जैसा मीडियम यूज होना चाहिए, तो बहुत काम करेगा. इट विल एक्चुअली बी अ मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट फॉर योर प्रिंट कैंपेन एंड टीवी कैंपेन ऑल्सो, बिकॉज इट्स द बेस्ट लास्ट माइल medium. If you're going for a real estate, ad comes in the morning and you want to go and check out the place, the new housing has come up, the family is going, the radio is going to continue till the gate of the real estate player. Or even you to go to buy, say, a shirt with Arvind at a US Polo, and you heard the ad or you saw the ad in the morning. While you're driving to the shop, you're going to listen to the radio. So it's the last minute best medium available, most economical. So it builds with the frequency. So it multiplies what you spend money on other medium also. So I think people make a mistake. It's not a branding medium. It would be wrong to do only a brand campaign on radio. So never do that. Depending on what is the need. So it's the objective which should define the choice of the medium, rather than that I should spend money on all mediums or for relations. I think that's where the mistake happens.
For you, objective is the most important part, which a brand advertising agency or a consultant or an expert should really take care of. Now, there are a lot of CEOs and a lot of owners. I would say that there are a lot of founders, owners, they run their brand. And at the same point of time, a lot of owners call the shot.
Yeah.
While Ahmedabad is such a market that still the founders and the owners call the shot. And they have very limited, now people are coming from experts, experienced people, a lot of professionals are turning from media, working with a lot of local brands. There are a lot of educated people now getting in. MBA specialization, experienced people are coming in, but still there are a lot of founders taking the shot for advertising campaigns. So what's your suggestion and inputs to the founders and the owners?
Yeah, so I'm saying the way we look at is, look at mediums not like a direct buy. We live in a world of instant gratification. We feel that you spend money and you'll get returns. People have missed the thing of brand building. Old brands were built over a period of time. In a newer age, people think, I want to get my brand immediate. It's like you're living in the 2-minute Maggie instant gratification type. So that's the generation also. So people need to understand that brand doesn't just get built by pure advertising. There's a lot of work which happens behind. The great brands like Nike or a Coke or a Pepsi, all these are built over a period of time. And Nirma was built over a period of time. There was a lot of trust. There was a lot of product sampling. Everything was there. So it is important that don't believe in instant gratification, that I will splurge money for 2 days and people will get to know the brand. It might be very short recall. You have to invest a lot of time, great product. That's the way you build brands. So when you're using advertising mediums, be it radio or be it print, be cognizant of that fact that you need to be really thoughtful about it. And it's a long gestation period. It's not, brand building is not instant.
The story comes in that brand building is not a short span. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Nirma is a great case study, because whether you go drive-in or anywhere, their audio, whether the person is seeing the video or not, their audio is so hammered up that no one can forget their jingle, and still they have stuck to the same jingle. They've improvised, reworked. So which are the other brands who have got radio right?
A lot of real estate brands do really, really well. They use like a frequency. A lot of people have done very great jingles. In today's time, so this is old, I'm saying. In today's time, I think a lot of people have done a great integrated marketing, where they've done radio plus digital or radio plus influencers or radio plus print. They've been really, really good. So there are many brands, I'm saying. But in today's time, a lot of education brands, a lot of jewelers do that really well. A lot of real estate brands. Radio is the only medium which is not dependent on one category. So people have, across categories, people have used it well. Unlike a TV where largely it's driven by FMCG, and radio, it's more or less across the board people use it. So it's many case studies. I don't think I would say. But as I said, people who have created jingles and all, they get remembered a lot because they've used it in the right way type of stuff. A classic example, I would say, if not radio, like Fog has done a great job in using a television in a very, very right way. They have been very consistent with what they want to communicate type of stuff in the type of thing. So it's the way of, what is the outcome you're looking and how they use it type of stuff. They use that leverage medium well. Fog has never come on radio because they know what they want to communicate type of stuff. And they understand that medium very well. Similarly, a lot of brands have looked at radio very well. Radio works beautifully for auto guys. A lot of auto dealers want, footfalls to come to their dealer shops. So it works really, really beautiful. RJs are the original influencers. Social media just made it more apparent. But RJ were the OG influencers for last 25 years, be it Dhwanit or a Devki, or so many people have come across India. So if you use them really well, then it is great. It's not about it's a subtle branding. Nike with a swoosh became Nike. They didn't go on top of the world talking about it. A lot of brand guys, want a direct on the face branding, which is not right. I'm saying people don't like it. In today's time, and youngsters don't even like when you put the brand on your face. It's a very subtle way of storytelling, building over a period of time gets brand built.
These are some more questions on brand building and advertising before we go to your Gaana story, which is talked about much. Sir, what are the main takeaways when you compare radio versus influencer marketing? Because right now, social media influencer reel पे दिखना चाहिए. एक वीडियो बनवा दो, लोगों को व्यूअरशिप आ जाएगा. Compared to, we are also coming from that content creation space. Content creation versus radio. How do you see the differentiation, and what are the plus radio has?
So first thing, I think people believe in today's world that radio is dead or radio is not so great the way it was. But radio has always been resilient and it will continue to be resilient. Two very underrated factors of radio are the trust levels. It's very underrated virtue. Today, I don't know how much can you believe an influencer. You're not sure. And now put the layer of AI on it. You don't even know it's AI generated or not. Radio is still a human voice. There is a lot of trust. When Dhwanit speaks, people listen to him. Or when a Devki speaks, people listen to it. Or when Meet does a prank, they know at least a human is doing. It's not an AI is doing. So there's a lot of trust element. The other is there's companionship. You're driving back home, or you're in the morning, a housewife or a person is cooking. There is a passive listening which is going on. So it's not intruding. It's very easy. In today's time, how many passwords do you remember? Netflix का password अलग है, bank का password अलग है, radio में कोई password नहीं है. It's an easy login. You don't have to worry about algorithms. It's a straight, very simple thing. You start the radio. There is a companion on radio who's talking to you. Over a period of time, it's a habit building. So you make a friend with him, invisible friend. And then there is a surprise element of songs coming in, which brings you nostalgia because some song comes which makes you remember your college days, your first love, or your family song. So that element will never get replaced. So it's about using it. Now, if you use it in a way great, and then RJs are great storytellers. The creators, RJs are becoming creators today. RJ were the OG influencers. So it's a great amalgamation. So I'm not saying influencer and this is not, it's bad, it's great. We ourselves do influencer marketing campaigns for a lot of people, just influencer marketing campaigns. But radio will integrate over with all these things. It's a convergence time. All media will get convergent. You will have to, marketers and advertisers will have to give solutions to clients which are integrated medium and not just depend on one medium. You can't reach or achieve your objective by just focusing on one medium.
Right. As we said, this was talked very aggressively when we talked with Sanjay Chakravarti, who is one of the media ecosystem partners, and now he's an advisor and a lot of things. But over here, when we talk about radio, now this is the time of a 360-degree marketing campaign where it's not just about one medium. It's, as you said rightly, that there are multiple mediums we are talking about, but multiple mediums, 360 doesn't mean that you choose 15 mediums and you cover it all. You select the best medium fitting to your campaign and then advising them. So now, what will be the right advice when you're making a 360 campaign for a client and keeping radio in mind? And how does Radio Mirchi offers a 360-degree campaign marketing solution?
Yeah, so that's what we are right now. As I said earlier also, we are not in the business of selling ads. We are in the business of selling brand solutions to people. The first thing I advise my team is to go to the client and empathize with him because he's spending money for his product. Understand his need, understand his objective, the creative team comes with platform agnostic solutions. We don't put radio upfront. Sometimes the habit is if you own a radio medium, you want to sell radio the highest. We sell you should not be doing that. You should give a solution which is platform agnostic. Understand what's the need. So if there is, say, when you said a crore budget, you should not be greedy thinking that I need maximum come to on radio, because the objective is not that. The client will never come back to you. So important is for the creative guys to get the right brief, understand, and think like a platform agnostic solution for the client. And then basis the need. So if it is, as I said, if it is to create an impact and if it requires print, then support, tell him what to do print, or television type of stuff. If it's, again, as I said, if it's a CTR thing where you need immediate click-through ratios, there is performance, and then you go for performance marketing. Even in digital, people put digital as one umbrella. Digital is lot many things. There's search, there's display, then there is audio and video advertising, then there is branded content like a podcast. So you have to choose. People make a mistake of saying sab digital kar dete hain. But digital also, if you unravel, there are 5-6 layers of digital. So in digital also you have to pick it right. Today, if you do search optimization, it's a waste of money. Search is dead. Today's time of chat GPT or AI or even Amazon, where people go and search products directly on Amazon, they don't go to Google. So when you look at it, you have to be very careful about it. And that's the advice we do to the sales team also. The sales team goes and sells outcomes. We are not in business of selling advertising.
So as you said, that it's an amalgamation of multiple mediums and it's a solution-oriented mindset which Radio Mirchi is putting forward. In the entire ecosystem, how much importance do you give to the creative? Because see, your team does solutions, they make good content, the jingles are made customized. So at the same point of time, there are a lot of creative agencies. There are a lot of music producers, like say Mati Bani. They make good content for brands. They also, the same music producer makes some amazing jingles. Like I was interviewing Mr. Dipesh Verma. He did that नॉर का नूडल्स का, तो वो पूरा सॉन्ग था जो पूरा अलग अलग आवाज को बना के किया गया, तो दैट वेंट वायरल. सो सेम वेज लॉट ऑफ ब्रांड थिंक्स दैट यार मेरे को मेरा जिंगल बनाना होगा तो बहुत महंगा हो जाएगा, मेरे को मेरा म्यूजिक ट्रैक बनाना होगा तो बहुत महंगा हो जाएगा. तो उनके लिए क्या एडवाइस है? बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव टू पुट इन दिस क्रिएटिव कंटेंट आउट, बिकॉज इफ यू डोंट आइडेंटिफाई विद अलग कंटेंट नहीं बनाएंगे तो आप दिखोगे ही नहीं, क्योंकि आज इतना क्लटर है. अगर मेरा गाना या मेरा म्यूजिक नहीं आया, जैसे आपने नेटफ्लिक्स का बताया, तो इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस रेडियो के प्लेटफॉर्म में कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट है?
नहीं, इसकी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. देखो प्रॉब्लम क्या है, लोगों ने एड और क्रिएटिव एजेंसीज को फैक्ट्री समझ के रख दिया है. अगर आप फैक्ट्री की तरह ट्रीट करोगे तो प्रोडक्ट भी वैसे ही आएगा. अगर आपका ब्रीफ सही नहीं है तो उसका आउटपुट भी ऐसे ही आएगा. इट इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम. डोंट Creativity takes lot of time. You're yourself a creative person. सबको लगता है क्रिएटिव है, अभी बता, अभी आइडिया दे दे. What I say, instant gratification और टाइम कम है. People don't plan. सबको लगता है कल लॉन्च करना है, कल रेडियो का जिंगल बना दे. It doesn't work like that. You have to give enough time, enough thought process. The creative guy needs that ecosystem in his echo chamber to think clearly, test it out, and then launch it. In today's time, you're not even giving that time. You're just becoming a factory. सबको जल्दी खाना चाहिए, जल्दी इंस्टेंट पास्ता चाहिए. अगर अच्छा खाना है तो आप जो शेफ के पास जाओगे बहुत टाइम लगाता है, उसके जो पीछे का टाइम है बहुत ज्यादा है. तो वो जब तक आप वो नहीं करोगे वो हमेशा डिफिकल्ट होगा. तो आई थिंक पीपल नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड ब्रांड्स आर नॉट बिल्ट इन अ हरी. Great product doesn't come in a hurry. The worst happens when you treat them as a commodity and a factory. I think if you don't respect the creative people, you look at films also, no? What has happened to films? What has happened to song? Why do you still remember all the same creative people? I'm saying you create a jingle or you create a song. Why do people remember some songs? Why don't people remember today's song? Look at today's song. You're dependent on old songs. Look at Dhurandhar music. It's all old music. It is just redesigned in a way. But the lyrics were thought well. There was enough time. The people used to sit together and make a music. And that lasts so much lifetime. 50 साल लगते हैं गाने का कॉपीराइट चलने में, 50 या 60 साल. मुझे नहीं लगता आज के गाने को कोई 1 महीने बाद, 3 महीने बाद भी सुनता है. That's what happens because that quality has just gone because you're treating them like a factory, treating them like a commodity. बस बना दो, वो चुटकी में नहीं होता काम. So I think when for brand guys, the brand holders or the owners or promoters need to think that it requires time. When you're building a flat आप ऐसे नहीं बनाते ना, या आप गहना भी बनाते हो तो टाइम लगता है इसमें, वो ज्वेलर को टाइम लगता है बनाने में, उसको वो एकदम तुरंत थोड़ी बनता है. सो वही चीज क्रिएटिविटी में. लेकिन क्या होता है, वो मशीन बताती है टाइम लगेगा तो लोग बिलीव करते हैं, लेकिन क्रिएटिविटी में लोग बिलीव नहीं करते. और अब एआई आ गया है तो सबको लगता है कि एआई तो मैं भी यूज कर सकता हूँ, तो आपका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. आई थिंक दैट thing has to go. AI will improve efficiency. It will not change. The human creativity cannot be replaced. It can become more efficient because with the help of thing. So I think that is what the change and mindset understanding has to be very clear.
So at the same point of time, see, AI can create videos, and at the same point of time, people don't understand that AI में बहुत सारा structural input है. AI आएगा, रेडियो स्टेशंस भी यूज करेंगे, सब लोग करेंगे, बट बेस क्रिएटिव ह्यूमन की रहने वाली है. प्लस वॉइस ओवर जो इंसान कर सकता है, भले उसके 3 टेक लगेंगे, 4 टेक लगेंगे, पर उसको करना पड़ेगा. एआई तब यूज करना है जब ह्यूमन अफोर्डेबिलिटी नहीं है, प्लस यू हैव टू यूज इट वेरी स्मार्टली. एआई तो 10 चीजें दे सकता है. आज मैं पॉडकास्ट के अंदर प्रिपरेशन करता हूं तो हम एआई का यूज करते हैं और हम बोलते हैं कि हम एआई का यूज करते हैं.
नहीं, वो करना भी चाहिए. आई थिंक यू शुड एम्ब्रेस टेक्नोलॉजी. प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ती है, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ती है. इट इज गुड टू हैव, बट दैट ह्यूमन थिंग विल बी ग्रेट. सो वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड गिव अ वेरी नाइस एग्जांपल ऑफ एआई. आप कंप्यूटर में पहले वर्ड में आप लिखते थे, आप टाइप करते थे, तो कंप्यूटर ग्रामेटिकल एरर चेक करता था. अगर आप देखोगे एडिटर या स्पेल चेक करता था. एआई में अब ऐसा होगा, एआई आपको देगा लेकिन ह्यूमन को चेक करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप पूरा एआई पे बिलीव कर दोगे तो कंटेंट खराब ही आने वाला है, बिकॉज वो हर आदमी कंटेंट सेम देने वाला है. So then where is the differentiation will create? The differentiation will get created when a normal human being will also check that thing. So a working together will, the best creative guys will be who will embrace AI and use that thing also. It might make you lazy, but if it doesn't, if you are smart enough with AI, you'll become the best guys also.
The advertising agency people would smartly remember there used to be black and white printouts when the color printers were not available. Black and white print होता था, client का sign होता था और वो रहता था, तो जिससे वेरीफाई होता था कि भाई ये क्लाइंट ने ये क्रिएटिव अप्रूव किया है, ये सारी चीजें अप्रूव की है. ईमेल कंफर्मेशंस होते थे क्रिएटिव्स के, बहुत सारा प्रोसेस होता था. और जबकि प्रिंटिंग में एक जमाना था कि जहाँ पे कलर 19-20 हो जाता था तो क्लाइंट बोलता था कि यार ये मेरा नहीं है, ये नहीं है. बट वही बात है ना कि आपको टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ आप कॉपी को, क्रिएटिव को चेक करवा सकते हो, पर अंत में तो ह्यूमन को जवाबदारी लेनी पड़ेगी, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी कि ये क्रिएटिव हमने चलाया और ये करना है. अब जाते हैं सर, व्हाट्स योर एडवाइस फॉर ब्रांड्स हु हैव नॉट टच्ड रेडियो एंड दे वांट टू गेट इनटू रेडियो नाउ?
So radio should be used as a storytelling thing, as a frequency builder. They should look at that way. They should look at doing a radio plus influencers, radio plus digital campaigns. Use at a frequency builder for all your campaigns. It is still the most economical medium, as I said. Don't think like a commodity. I think between radio players themselves and agencies, I would say, are partly. So I'm now talking a little against radio also. I'm doing both the sides. One is on the client responsibility, that treat radio as a frequency builder. It will be a great medium for you. On the radio side, people and the agencies don't kill the medium by putting so many ads to it. If you increase the ad, people will not listen to it, type of stuff. So you have to have in print also, there is always an edit, the advertisement and edit ratio. Similarly, in radio also, there should be a music, because people come to radio to listen to music. Ads is part of it, the business, correct? If ads goes up, then the music goes down, will be difficult. So from both the sides, give the right price to radio also. Use it as a frequency builder. It will give you outcomes.
Now, one thing which has created controversy around Gaana.com कि गाना को एक्वायर किया रेडियो मिर्ची, पर उसके पे आने से पहले कि रेडियो मिर्ची is run by Times Group. BCCL is the parent company. Times Group runs it. Now, Times Group have seen transformation and it has changed over a period of time. But still, Times Group is known for stringent processes. उसमें आप Gaana.com को कैसे ला पाए, और इतना सारा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रेडियो मिर्ची में कॉन्स्टेंटली जो स्पीड से हुआ है वो बहुत फास्ट हुआ है, तो वो कैसे, टाइम्स ग्रुप का क्या अलग अप्रोच है ये कंपनी में?
No. Times has always been very innovative. I think they were on the forefront of innovation. I think they came with the radio also first. They came. That a lot of times internet work also has happened. So I'm not say that only INIL has done that, but I think Times Group as a company, Vinny Jain, the way it's always looked at has been very, very media pioneer to look at innovation. For us, Gaana was a very strategic call. It was not just a business extension. So I'll tell you two things behind the Gaana acquisition. We firmly believe that music should be paid. So when we took Gaana, we were very clear we'll not play free music. Gaana in old avatar was giving free music, and that's the reason the subscriber number was very high. So I know where you're coming from. There are a lot of YouTube videos came in where they said there were some 70 million people, 70 million MAUs, and now it's only 15 million. But they didn't understand the business model change. We were not giving free music. We were asking people to pay for it. So if you have to listen to music on Gaana, you have to pay for an annual subscription. Unlike Spotify, which offers both. There's a freemium model and there's a premium model. In a freemium model, you listen to ads and get free model. And in a subscription model, also you have to pay. We are not as pricey as Spotify, but there is an element of stuff. So one was we believe that people have paid for music. When I was a youngster, even if I was plagiarizing music or I was copying music, I would go to a next door guy with the empty cassette, pay him $50 in that time to get my 100 songs. So I was paying for music. When I was in college, I would go and buy cassettes, buy CDs. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum ka CD would be cost $300 in that time, which is 90s. एक CD 12 सॉन्ग होते थे, 8 सॉन्ग होते थे, उसके 300 रुपए देते थे. गाना में हम सभी 700 रुपए लेते हैं साल का, and you get all songs, click of a button, different playlist. You can download your music. So why should people not pay when people are paid? And music is creative. You have to pay to the creative guy. There's so much effort goes in. Just because it is available for free and you're not giving value to it. If you ask people, music plays such a massive role in people's life. You ask a student, he said, मैं पढ़ता हूँ तो म्यूजिक सुनता हूँ, मैं सुबह जिम जाता हूँ तो म्यूजिक सुनता हूँ, मैं कार में जा रहा हूँ अकेला हूँ तो म्यूजिक सुनना चाहता हूँ, मेरा ब्रेकअप हो गया है तो मेरे लिए म्यूजिक है. So there is so much value which comes in. Then why are you not paying money? Today youngster is ready to go to a coffee shop, buy a coffee for $500. A burger, 2 लोग का burger 500 रुपए खर्च कर देते हो. अगर म्यूजिक इतना वैल्यू आपकी लाइफ में देता है तो give to the creator back by 600, 700. And for the way the model works is that we don't earn every money because we have to pay the labels and everything. So we believe subscription is the right way to go. Over a period of time, people will pay. I'm not saying India is not a developed country. Globally, people pay for music. India is not a very developed country, but it's not 1.5 billion people will pay, but there are 100, 200 million people in India who will pay for it. And they should rightfully pay. They should not plagiarize music if it's available free, because this money goes to the creator. There's a lot of effort which goes. So we are firm believer in that, and that's what we believe will change. Globally, it works like that. So we changed the medium. We said we go pay behind a paywall, and done really well for us. We invested a lot of money in the last 2 years, looked at the recommendation engine. Today, our product is, if not better, it's as good as a Spotify. People think Spotify is the best product, but I would urge people who are watching this, then just look at the Gaana, but it's an Indian product. It's not a global product. Give a shout out to the Indian companies who are developing a product, the Indian engineers who are developing a product which is as good as Spotify. Every content is like Spotify, entire library is like Spotify. So that's one. The second, which we have not spoken, Vishwam, is the radio का एक ही drawback अभी हो रहा है, वो है कि उसका hardware जा रहा है. So if you look at where do you listen to radio, either in cars, either on mobile phones which are less than 15,000 rupee phones. Gone are the days when you had a transistor at home, correct? Or now there are some Bluetooth speaker which has some FM tuners. So the medium is great, but the where do you consume radio is vanishing. And there are music laws, so people are not able to make their own apps because the radio licenses are terrestrial. We believe a Radio Mirchi part of Gaana as a radio station will be the best combination type of stuff. So you will address some people with advertisement with radio, and the people who want premium experience can pay for it. An app is there on all phones. Apple iPhone doesn't have a radio tuner. So how do I reach to a consumer who doesn't drive, who doesn't have a transistor at home and has an Apple phone? He will never consume radio. So how do I reach to him? So it was a strategic call that we wanted over a period of time the radio station also to be part of the Gaana ecosystem. Mirchi is a big brand. We have been curating music for years. If you look at last 20 years, we were the guys where you discovered music. So if we have discovered music, we are the best curators of music. why should we let go both of things, and why should we both not be there? So it's like Gaana powered by Mirchi, and if radio also come part of it, then you offer two. India is a hybrid model. It's not that I'm saying everything is subscription, because there is money involved. 100 million people will want to have a premium experience, so they will go subscription. People who can't afford it will have a radio which is ad supported. So you can do both models to work it.
It's an amazing analysis, and this will give lot of insights to the Ahmedabad's advertising agency and the brands who are connected with AACA. And it has been an in-depth pleasure to interview you, sir. As you said rightly, for music, being a part of a background where we would put in lot of efforts to promote music, having a little experience and helping local musicians promoting their content, creating originality. So we have talked about in depth, and it's been a versatile conversation जहाँ पे हमने ओरिजिनल म्यूजिक की भी बात करी है, ब्रांड्स की भी बात करी है, एडवर्टाइजिंग की भी बात करी है, क्रिएटिव कंटेंट की भी बात की है. तो बहुत ही बढ़िया कन्वर्सेशन रहा. It's a pleasure, and it's a in-depth pleasure to have a conversation.
Thank you, Vishwam. It's my pleasure. It was great talking to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.